Imagine sitting beside your aging mother, her hands more fragile than ever, her eyes wandering as if she's speaking to someone you cannot see. You chalk it up to old age. But what if that was a sign? A quiet message that her time is nearing. Hi, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that like, share, and subscribe button, because what we're diving into today could help you recognize the subtle signs of decline in someone you love before it's too late. Now, let me ask you something. Have you noticed unusual changes in your aging parents' behavior recently? Maybe they're sleeping too much or losing interest in food. Stay with me until the end, because the sixth sign is one even most doctors miss. The slow fade. Understanding what happens 6 months before death. Before we dive into the signs, let's set the stage. What actually happens in the final 6 months of life? For many seniors, it's not dramatic. There's no sudden collapse, no flashing lights. It's subtle, almost invisible. This is the period doctors often refer to as the pre-active phase of dying. The body begins to shut down, but in ways that are often mistaken for just getting older. Are you ready to see what these signs really look like? Let's begin. Sign number 1. Withdrawing from life. The emotional goodbye. You'll notice them pulling back. No more interest in favorite TV shows. Phone calls become shorter. They cancel lunch with friends. This isn't depression. It's the body's way of preparing emotionally. Question for you. Have you seen a loved one slowly start to disconnect from daily life? Let us know in the comments. Doctors say this retreat is the brain's way of letting go. It's not about sadness. It's about conserving energy. And while it might seem like they're ignoring you, they're actually starting to focus inward, on memories, on peace, on acceptance. Stay with me. The next sign is even more shocking. Sign number 2, appetite loss. When food no longer matters. Your mom always loved her morning toast. Now it sits untouched. You bring her favorite pie, but she only takes one bite. This isn't picky eating. The body's metabolism is slowing down. The digestive system is preparing to shut down. Doctors note that appetite loss is one of the clearest indicators that the body is transitioning. Important tip, never force feed. It creates discomfort and can even cause harm. Have you experienced this shift in a loved one? Did it worry you? Drop your thoughts below. Sign number 3. Sleeping more, talking less. The silent clock. A sudden need for more sleep isn't laziness. It's biology. Your loved one may begin sleeping 16 to 20 hours a day. Their voice might sound softer, words slurred, or they may stop initiating conversation. Why? Because the body is redirecting its remaining energy to essential organs. Talking, walking, even sitting up becomes a luxury. Ask yourself, are they harder to wake up? Are conversations shorter? Stay with me, because the next sign hits deeper, into the realm of the soul. Sign number 4, visions and conversations with the unseen. This one surprises many families. Your dad says he saw your late grandmother in the room, or he begins talking to someone in the corner, even when nobody's there. Scary? Maybe, but often it's peaceful. Hospice nurses call these deathbed visions. Why it matters. These moments often signal a transition, not delusion, but preparation. Have you seen something like this happen? Share your story below. Doctors suggest sitting with them, listening, not correcting. It can be comforting to both of you. Ready for sign number 5? It's physical and often missed. Sign number 5. Skin and circulation changes. The body's final warning. Look at their hands and feet. Are they turning bluish or purple? Is the skin cool to the touch? These are signs of poor circulation, a clear indicator that the heart is working less efficiently. Doctors call this mottling, and it often begins on the lower legs and spreads upward. Quick tip, keep them warm. Blankets help. But don't panic, this is natural. Ask your heart. Would you recognize this if you saw it? Because now we're at the final sign. The one even trained professionals sometimes miss. Sign number 6, sudden burst of energy. The rally before goodbye. Just when you think it's the end, they sit up, ask for food, crack a joke. Suddenly, they seem better. You smile. You think maybe they're improving. But this is known as a rally. It's short-lived and often comes 1 to 2 days before death. Why it's important? Families let their guard down. But this is the body's last push, a chemical surge before shutting down. Hard truth. Cherish this moment. Take photos. Say everything you need to say. Have you experienced this emotional roller coaster? Tell us in the comments. True stories from the end. What families witnessed. Let's take a moment to share what real families experienced. Because while these signs are universal, the emotional journey is deeply personal. Story 1. Margaret's vision. Margaret, 88, started calling out to her late husband 2 weeks before she passed. Her daughter thought she was hallucinating, but the hospice nurse simply smiled and said, "He's come to walk her home." Story 2. Joe's rally. Joe hadn't spoken in days. Then one morning, he asked for pancakes, laughed at a joke, and hugged his son tightly. 18 hours later, he was gone. These moments can be both heartbreaking and beautiful. The key is knowing what they mean. What hospice nurses know that we don't. Hospice nurses have a front row seat to life's final chapter, and they see these signs unfold every day. They often say, "Listen more than you speak. The body knows how to die. Trust it." The most powerful medicine is presence. Question for you. Have you ever spoken with a hospice worker? What wisdom did they share? Leave a comment below. The emotional journey of letting go. Knowing these signs is one thing. Accepting them, that's much harder. You may feel denial, anger, sadness, even guilt. But here's what experts say. Grief doesn't start at the funeral. It starts the moment you sense a goodbye coming. Tip: journal your feelings. Talk to others going through it. And above all, forgive yourself. Preparing the heart and the home. Beyond emotional readiness, there are practical steps to take. Make legal paperwork easy to access. Keep medications and comfort items nearby. Play soft music. Light candles. Let them choose what peace looks like. Create a sacred space where love is louder than fear. How to support them during this time. Now that you know the 6 signs, what can you do? 1. Be present. 2. Don't argue or correct. 3. Honor their stories. 4. Keep the environment peaceful. 5. Say what matters. Sometimes, the greatest gift isn't saving someone, it's walking with them to the end. With love, dignity, and grace. In many cultures, the signs of approaching death go beyond the physical. In Native American traditions, animals like owls or butterflies may be seen as messengers. In some Asian cultures, the scent of flowers in a room, when none are present, is said to mark transition. Have you ever noticed something unusual right before someone passed? A scent, a shadow, a whisper? These stories may not be scientific, but they are powerful. Spiritual signs often provide comfort. They remind us that this journey doesn't end, it transforms. A nurse's interview. I've watched over 300 people die. We sat down with hospice nurse Carly M., who's been at the bedside of more than 300 dying individuals. Her insights. The last breath is never scary. It's often peaceful, like a candle going out. The dying often wait for someone, a grandchild, a son from out of state. When they arrive, they let go. Music can guide a soul across. I've seen Amazing Grace stop someone's pain. This perspective reminds us, dying isn't just medical. It's human. It's soulful. How to speak to someone who's dying. Here are 5 things they need to hear. 1. Thank you for everything. 2. I forgive you and I hope you forgive me. 3. I'll be okay. 4. You can rest now. 5. I love you. Even if they can't respond, say it. Final viewer question. What would you say if you knew it was your last chance? Healing after they're gone. When the time comes, grief will feel like a storm. But slowly, you'll breathe again. Ways to cope. Create a memory box. Light a candle on their birthday. Write them a letter, even after they're gone. Healing isn't forgetting. It's learning how to carry love in a new way. You've now learned the 6 signs and the deeper truths behind them. If this video touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs it. Because recognizing these signs doesn't just prepare us for goodbye. It helps us honor a life and walk beside our loved ones until the very end. Stay compassionate, stay brave, and remember, love never dies. We'll see you in the next video.